you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another throwback action figure review on the Marvel Legends Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure Waves Disney Plus series Ms. Marvel and Sharon Carter. I wasn't the biggest fan of either of these shows, neither of them absolutely terrible in my opinion, but I did like Ms. Marvel in the show. She was cool. I just didn't like the villains and the way the plot was written, but I did like the lead actress, and I liked how the lead character was played out and everything. I did like her, but just not the rest of the show. As far as Sharon Carter goes, I didn't really like her so much in the series, but I liked the series okay. Not my favorite, but I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but for some reason I didn't like Sharon Carter in this series, but I did like her in her other appearances. But anyway, you can see Sharon Carter right there. There's Ms. Marvel. And then on the back, you can see the characters once again. There's a read-up over here on Ms. Marvel. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's a read-up on Sharon Carter. If you want to read that one, go ahead and pause it right now. Then there's all the other figures from the wave. There's the characters again. Then we get a spot-varnished Ms. Marvel logo on the top. Captain America's shield, spot-varnished on the top right here for Sharon Carter. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack these things open. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here are the figures out of the packaging, and yeah, I'm just not really that thrilled about either of them too much. I am leaning a little bit more towards the Ms. Marvel figure. There is definitely a lot of interesting stuff going on with the sculpt and paint of that figure. And the Sharon Carter, alright, she has accessories at least. So let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figures. So I didn't try to deceive you guys. I accidentally used a different knife instead of the one that came with the Sharon Carter figure, so I'd used this one in my photos, but this is the knife that actually came with the figure. Unfortunately, Ms. Marvel does not come with any accessories, which really bums me out. That's like my least favorite part of that figure. Each of them does come with a Build-A-Figure piece for the Infinity Ultron figure, so yeah, this knife just looks really lame to me. I don't remember her holding a big-ass knife like this. I don't remember Sharon Carter that much from the show. But anyway, she has this baton right here that does look pretty cool. Again, bummer that Ms. Marvel has no accessories for herself. So I'm not a big fan of this head sculpt. I feel like they didn't do the actress justice with it. I don't know. I remember her being a bit prettier from watching the show and seeing her in the movie or movies. The hair looks pretty good, you know, and I like the fade and everything, so I like the paint apps for that. But yeah, the face sculpt is just, I don't know, it's looking off to me. I'm not really feeling it. Photoreal tech I usually really like, but not with this one. The arms look like they were taken from the Jessica Jones figure. I have that one right over here to compare. And the torso looks different. I can't pinpoint exactly where this is from. I thought maybe it was from the MJ figure, but nope, doesn't look like it's the same thing as the MJ figure over here. She has 3 layers of clothing on. It would have been nice if she had like an alternate head with the hoodie up. You know, you can see the hoodie's just down right over there. The jacket does look pretty good. She just has her regular, weapon holding hands right over here. And the buttons are painted out nicely, so that's pretty cool. I do like that detail. And the belt looks pretty solid over here. The legs, I think, were from Jessica Jones, right? Yep, get Jessica Jones' legs right over there as well. And different boots right over here, which are nicely sculpted. Don't look too bad, and you get peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Now, the Sharon Carter articulation is pretty limited. You just have a double ball joint right here. She could barely move her head up. Looks down more so. Decent pivoting, of course, turn side to side. Shoulders move outward, move in. Rotate a full 360, single jointed elbows. Rotate at the elbows. Both hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. We have a diaphragm joint, bit of diaphragm pivoting. Crunches forward, just barely a little bit, not back. You have hips that move outward that far, and she can kick forward, back, upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees, which were tricky to move around. I did have to heat up the figure a bit, but you can see those bend in all the way. And then no side-to-side rotation, but the ankles will move down. They do move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. So I'm just being real with you guys. I liked the MCU Kamala Khan. I didn't really enjoy the series, the writing, the whole grandmother villain thing. I didn't like that part, but I liked this character. I actually liked the figure a lot more than I thought I would. I love the intricate details that you could see in the sculpt. The metallic reds and blues and golds look fantastic throughout on this thing. And you can see the sculpt and paint goes all the way up when you bend that diaphragm joint back. The arms look good. Wish we had double jointed elbows, of course. And you have the whole, I can't remember the name of this thing off the top of my head. I said the wrong thing last time. But yeah, you can see the back of the figure is still painted very well. Nice details in there. So I think that looks great. I think they did a really good job with this. A little bit of gold smudging right over there. Didn't notice that. Legs look good. Pinless joints right there. I'm liking it. So yeah, man, I really do like this Kamala Khan figure. And then I like how she has like these regular Chuck Taylors right here. That's very cool. And then she has peg holes at the bottom of the feet as well. Funny little peg holes. I don't know why I'm laughing. For the Ms. Marvel articulation, again, we have the double jointed ball joint right here, the double ball joint where she could look up just that far. She does have a lot of hair back here, so I guess that would hinder the articulation. Can't move the head down a little bit. It does rotate side to side okay, and she does have, a little bit of head pivoting right there too. Shoulders will move up slightly above the 90-degree mark. You can move the arms all the way in, rotate a full 360. Single jointed elbows that do bend in more than 90 degrees. Rotate at the elbows. Both hands turn side to side and hinge up and down. You have the diaphragm joint right here, diaphragm pivoting, and she'll crunch forward a little bit, back a tiny bit. Can't wait for that new Black Widow figure with the lower torso joint or the waist crunching. This does get in the way, but you can still move the legs outward a bit, so that's pretty cool. There's still some articulation moving the legs outward, and same thing moving forward. So that's cool. This is flexible enough. You can see it will get warped, and I did slice a little bit. I did tear some right there, so be mindful of that. Yikes, I just did that. Then you get an upper thigh cut. Then you get the pinless double jointed knees. And then the ankles do not rotate side to side. They move down. They do move up, and she has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that the Sharon Carter figure is standing just a bit over 6 inches tall, and then the Ms. Marvel figure is standing just a little under 6 inches tall, or a little over 5.5 inches. I feel like there should be a greater height difference between the two. No? With her being a young teenager, her being, grown woman? No? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And to get into some size comparisons, you can see Ms. Marvel next to America Chavez, and I assume they're about the same age. America Chavez does look a little bit taller, and my feelings about these figures are fairly similar. I think they're both really good figures, but they both really bum me out a lot because neither of them have accessories with their powers. That's such a letdown to me. So that's why you saw America Chavez at the beginning or on the thumbnail of my top 10 worst Marvel Legends and my top 10 favorite Marvel Legends. Then here's Ms. Marvel next to Captain Marvel, and yeah, she looks like she's too tall next to Captain Marvel, or Captain Marvel should be a little bit taller, right? And then for your Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel figure comparison, you can see we have our comic version right here, and we have our MCU version right here, and yeah, I think this is a pretty cool looking adaptation based off of this one. Then for some Sharon Carter size comparisons, here she is next to MJ. I thought they shared a lot of parts, but I don't think they share any parts at all. Then here's Sharon Carter next to my Falcon Cap figure, and then we have a Winter Soldier. Is this the one from the show or the one from Infinity War? Or Endgame. I can't remember off the top of my head. Then, of course, I had to compare Sharon Carter next to Steve Rogers' Captain America from Endgame. I think this is the 2-pack figure right over here. And yeah, this Captain America is a bit on the short side. Definitely should be taller. Then for another Carter comparison, you can see we have Sharon Carter next to her Aunt Peggy Carter. And then for a Sharon Carter comparison, you can see we have our MCU version and we have our 616 version. And then here's Sharon Carter and Ms. Marvel next to all the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. And I will review the Infinity Ultron figure, hopefully sooner than later, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, here they are next to Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, She-Hulk, Kate Bishop Hawkeye, and Clint Barton Hawkeye. Then here's Ms. Marvel and Sharon Carter next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. A lot of people say Aunt May's pretty hot, but really think it's all about Aunt Peggy, right? By the way, since Captain America went back in time and, him and Peggy stayed together, that means that, you and Cap never got together, right? I mean, what do you say? How about the two of us get a little... So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, for those of you that are old here, hit that subscribe button. And speaking of old, I am getting back to the older Marvel Legends figures. I do have several that I have been wanting to review on this channel, so stay tuned for more coming your way. Not just the Infinity Ultron, but I also have the Retro Card Beast, I also have the Retro Card Animated Apocalypse, and several other figures. Avalanche is another one I want to do, and I also have newer Marvel Legends coming also, so stay tuned. But anyway, going back to these two figures, oh man, they're both fairly disappointing, like really. The two least desirable figures from the wave, so no doubt I am bummed out about them. They came with their Build-A-Figure pieces, so they have use for that for sure. Really, the Ms. Marvel, I'm happy to have. The Sharon Carter, I'm a bit bummed out about. I don't know, the figure just feels really wonky, feels really lame. It's not absolutely terrible, but man, there's nothing really that great about it. You have that spatula knife that she came with. I mean, I'm really not stoked about the Sharon Carter figure much at all, just being honest with you guys. The Ms. Marvel I like, just really bummed out about her not having accessories displaying her powers. Like, what the hell's up with that? Like, how are they gonna keep making superhero figures without the power set associated with the character? So yeah, at the price point around $25, I'm gonna give the Sharon Carter figure a SUD rating of.
I'll wait for the Black Friday sale.
Then the Ms. Marvel, I'm gonna give a different SUD rating of.
It's not so bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. We're doing a big Marvel Legends giveaway next Thursday. Oh yeah, big, gigantic Marvel Legends giveaway next Thursday. Stay tuned for that, and if not, I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face is in my shot.